161 pounds, the official weight for Ismael Bonfim.
Did Ismael Bonfim, the younger brother of the main event Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown UFC Fight Night at the Apex, did he just miss weight for the second time in the UFC? But not just for the second time. He just missed weight by 6 pounds against Chris Padilla? I mean, bro, what the heck is going on here, my friends? This guy's coming off a question mark head kick, Dr. Stoppage loss against Nazim. Before that, missed weight by 4 to 5 pounds against Vince Pichel, and we all seen how that turned out, right? And once again, in the lightweight division, you're supposed to weigh 155 pounds. They give you a pound in non-championship fights as an allowance. So 156. He comes in at 161? Bro, there's a couple things that I want to talk about. I want to understand if he's lying, if he's acting as he walks to the scale in the early morning weigh-in show. Okay, because the way he walks up to that scale, his body looks fatigued. He's walking slow. Okay, he doesn't look healthy at all. His body's all stiff. You can tell when you pay attention to that weigh-in compared to his last weigh-in against Nazim. Go back and watch that morning weigh-in show. That was a completely different Bonfim. Walking in there, fast-paced, stepping on the scale, boom, 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 hitting his chest. For this weigh-in, I don't know if he did this on purpose, but he did not look good, all right? I look at the odds in this fight, and I see Chris Padilla is still an underdog. Now, I know a lot of people were picking Israel Bonfim to win this fight, but I really hope he ain't capping, because the way he looked right there gives me absolutely zero confidence that he will be healthy for tomorrow's fight against Chris Padilla. Chris Padilla on a 3-fight win streak. I know these aren't the best fighters in the world. Don't get me wrong, okay? You got Israel Bonfim, who's only beat 2 fighters in the UFC, his UFC debut against Terrence McKinney and Vince Pichel. He lost against Benoit Saint Denis, and he lost his last fight against Nazim Sadikov. This completely changes things for me, my friends, and at plus money for Chris Padilla, who's coming in here against, in my opinion, the way he looked, a weak Ismael Bonfim, I got him winning this fight. But that's why I say, is he just capping? Is he just acting? Because it is very, very possible that Ismael Bonfim knows that this is a bad look. So instead of smiling, instead of looking confident walking up to the scale, even though he misses weight, he looks sad. He looks weak. He looks deprived. Almost like if he wants Dana White to see that he at least tried to make the weight, because this is the second time that this has happened in his career, all right? Coming off a loss, if he does this for the 3rd time, we're seeing what they just did with Gabriel Brian Battle, all right? So in my opinion, this shocks things up. And if you're a person who had a parlay or bets on this fight, yo, man, things have got that much more interesting. I'm rocking with Chris Padilla just because of the way he looks, all right? Just because Ismael Bonfim did not look healthy walking up to that scale. But we cannot deny the fact that he missed weight against Vince Pichel, had the advantage. He won that fight. And more than likely, if he's just capping and acting all week, walking up to the scale, then maybe he has the advantage in this fight, right? Because he didn't have to cut that last 6 pounds. He's coming in here as the bigger guy, most definitely, and didn't put himself through you know how hard it is to try to get those last couple pounds off. But he had 6 pounds, okay? That is a lot to work for, man. So this is very, very interesting. I wonder if Ismael Bonfim already knew he wasn't going to make the weight, if this was his plan, coming off a loss. Very, very interesting, my friends. But everybody else at the UFC Fight Night Apex weigh-ins, Randy Brown versus Gabriel Bonfim, absolutely looked wonderful. Marco Tulio, he's looking a little skinny, but that don't mean nothing, my friends. I don't got him losing this weekend. And dude, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic card, man.